TJ here. Some ZapperBox news just dropped, last week? 16th? Where do I have it? I have it on this computer. Okay, let's wake it up. When was it? Let's scroll up. August 16th, the makers of ZapperBox announced something that some people like me, maybe you, have been wanting to have, because most of us own a ZapperBox M1, a wonderful two-tuner NextGenTV box that also brings in the older ATSC 1.0 signal as well. It's a DVR. Many of us are enjoying it. I'm a pretty newbie to it. I've only had mine for a little over a month, and it's serving as well. Why would a TV box excite me? There's something exciting about cutting the cord. Cutting the cord from that $100 a month payment. Is it as good and reliable where I am to get all the local stations that never fade out? No, there's some caveats to what I'm doing because I live remote, and antenna TV from my towers many miles away is not a perfect scenario. But overall, it's a good experience for me, and that $100 a month savings, minus the $2.50 menu that I subscribe to per month for the ZapperBox, it's a nice savings. And you know what? I enjoy TV. I mostly enjoy local, watching the news, getting local information, PBS stations. So there's something that I enjoy about it more than streaming. Streaming, you got these apps, and you got to do this, and you got to do that. With TV, I just like to turn it on, flick a station, and watch. So good old-fashioned antenna TV. And so the M1 excites me just because of that. It's overall working pretty well. We can record a show if there's a cooking show on PBS. My wife and I, when we met, we enjoyed watching The Frugal Gourmet on Channel 6 PBS. Now, may he rest in peace, although there's some bad stories about The Frugal Gourmet I won't go into, but we used to enjoy cooking shows when we were first dating. And then we would figure out a menu and then go cook that menu that night. So there is something about local PBS that I just dig. With streaming, again, you got to get an app for this, that. Everybody's got their own streams. I'm kind of growing tired of having to pitch in my 2 pennies to every place. I just want one basic TV thing. Yes, we've got a Roku. Yes, there's tons of media and entertainment we can access via streaming. I do finally have good internet. Up here in the sticks, I was under the HughesNet. Have you ever used that before? For 20 years, it was like pulling teeth every day. It was not fun. It was very slow, limited data. But now we've got fiber, which is odd because I'm kind of in a remote area, but the county got some grant money, and it kept teasing us for like a decade. Oh, we're going to bring fiber out. So I was salivating. We finally have it for the last, 2.5 years. So believe me, we can stream very well here. But again, $10 here, $20 there. Everybody wants their money. And right now I'm trying to cut that. So the ZapperBox is not inexpensive, but I think it's a fair price for what you're getting. And there's a new ZapperBox that's been introduced, actually 2 of them, that are granting some of our wishes. So let's talk about ZapperBox M2 and M3. What I own is an M1, a dual tuner NextGenTV box that can get the next-gen signals as well as the older signals. It's a DVR. And a nice menu system or guide that you can subscribe to. So it's a nice package. Let's talk about the M2 and M3. On August 16th, let me focus in on the screen. We'll turn off the ambient lighting behind here, so you may not see it exactly, but I'll give you the URL. And of course, you can search on it yourself. But ZapperBox, go to ZapperBox.com and just read the current stories. The ZapperBox introduces models M2 and M3, whole home viewing at lower price points. And a lot of people were kind of saying that, including me. I love the ZapperBox M1, but I can't afford another $275 dual tuner or single tuner for $225, I think it was, to put upstairs. So I even said, hey, I'd love to have it. And they're doing it, it appears. So it's been 2 years since we first launched the M1 tuner and DVR, and the response from our customers has been nothing short of amazing. Today, we're thrilled to take another big step forward in home entertainment by introducing 2 new models, the M2 and M3. These are designed to bring down the price points for whole home viewing and we can't wait for you to experience them. So here's the pictures. They look cool. They look like Zapper boxes. Here's a ZapperBox M2 and M3 front view, ZapperBox M3 side view, and rear view. So it shows you some of the models. The M2's got that little RF cable antenna lead that you can screw into. This one does not. What's that telling you? Well, one of them may be a little bit more of a dummy box that's able to chat with other boxes to get the information it needs. But if you have an antenna lead where you're trying to put your second one, and you want another tuner, then maybe getting one of those will be in play. But let's continue chatting. So it looks good. The remote looks the same as the remote that I've got already. I still need to program that one remote. I don't think I got the volumes quite right. I can go one direction but not the other. Something funky. Or maybe it's just because I've got an external speaker connected to it and I can't quite get it to work right. I don't know. I'll have to go investigate. Anyway, let's keep reading. So M2, the affordable all-in-one solution. The M2 is our latest single tuner. So it doesn't take the M1 that I own out of the equation because it's a dual tuner, in my opinion, more capable because a lot of people, me included, are going to be watching one show but maybe wanting to record another show. So you really need two tuners to, I believe, do that. So anyway, the M2 is our latest single tuner DVR and gateway, and it's packed with features at a price that's hard to beat. At just $179.95 for pre-orders, so it is a pre-order, and $199.95 after launch. The M2 is perfect for anyone looking to enhance their home entertainment setup without breaking the bank. It is designed to enable entry-level home viewing and allow you to stream your favorite shows to any room in the home. M3, the perfect companion. This is the one that I'm intrigued about because I don't have... Oh, actually I do. Upstairs in my master bedroom, I do have a RF... we've got hundreds of feet of cable running from our antenna on the roof to multiple rooms. Not all, but multiple. So technically, if I want another tuner, I could go with an M2. But if I have a room like this room office here, and I've got a 4K TV there, I would maybe need an M3 as well. So cool. More money for me to spend, but that's okay. We're playing here. My wife buys her things. I buy my things. It's that simple. Anyway, if you're looking to expand your viewing spaces, the M3 is the client you've been waiting for, priced at $119.95 for pre-orders and $129.95 after launch. It's designed to work seamlessly with the M1, thank goodness, and M2 to enable viewing throughout your home. Whether you're watching in the living room, the bedroom, or the kitchen, the M3 ensures... Did I start this recording? I've chatted. Yeah, I did. People will ask me, have you ever actually caught yourself? Yes, I've talked to 22 minutes once and didn't record diddly squat. So I always check myself. Check yourself. Even your body, check yourself. You may... body exams, you need to check yourself once in a while, especially when you're getting old. If you got a little goiter here and a goiter there, you want to get things checked out. Anyway, okay, so if you want to watch in the bedroom, the kitchen, the M3 ensures that your favorite shows are always within reach. Special pre-order price, save big. So right now it says, we know how much you love a good deal, so we will soon be offering the special pre-order pricing for a limited time. So I've already given the pricing. It's re-stipulating it here. By pre-ordering your M2 or M3 today, you'll not only secure these discounted prices, but you'll also be helping our small business plan the first manufacturing run. Now, we expect to start shipping by the end of October. So your early support is crucial. October's right around the corner. Summer's almost over. So, before you know it, stuff will be flying off the shelves and all that fun stuff. So why pre-order your M2? Get it before the holidays. Sweet. We expect to start shipping in late October or early November. If you wait, you may not get your unit until in 2024. These units will probably not show up on the Amazon until December or January. So if you want this before the holidays, you may want to pre-order. Okay? Support a small business. We're a small company with big ideas, and your pre-order helps us gauge demand and ensure that we produce the right number of units. Yep, makes sense. Exclusive savings. Take advantage of our special pre-order pricing and get your hands on the latest technology before it hits the shelves at full price. Be the first to experience whole home viewing. The M2 and M3, you'll enjoy seamless viewing across your entire home. Whether you're streaming live TV or your favorite recordings, these models are designed to deliver an unparalleled experience. So what that tells me is that not only can you watch your recordings that you recorded downstairs, you can also access the live feed through the antenna through that. No idea how prompt and quick it is. I know when I go to like a next-gen channel downstairs where the main box is, it takes a good 5 to 7 seconds to go, okay, I'm trying to find you. I'm trying to find you. I got you. I got you. And then it finally brings it up. My wife a couple times goes, oh, the channel's not working. But then all of a sudden it comes in. So it takes a little bit to get that. I'm not sure if that's because of the encryption, the whole DRM thing, because regular channels come in pretty quick. The DRM stuff's having to conglomerate and figure out stuff to say, okay, you're safe to show it, and then it finally pops up. Will that ever change? I have no idea, but the whole DRM thing, there's a little voodoo in there, a little people owning stuff, and we'll figure it out as time goes on. NextGenTV is pretty infancy still, so anyway, so that was that. Be the first to experience a distributed gateway system. I'm going to call it DGS. DGS. We believe that the ZapperBox has launched the first ever distributed gateway system where multiple devices in the home can flexibly share tuners and storage. Our system can grow and adapt to the changing entertainment needs. We have many more innovative features in the pipeline that will continue to amaze and entertain you. Join the ZapperBox team. There's Team ZapperBox and experience upcoming new features that no one has thought of yet. Kind of what I like about ZapperBox, which led me to buy this over other brands. They seem to be very excited about it. They seem to offer updates frequently. They seem to be active in social media. All things that are important to me. Sometimes it's not necessarily the box only. It's the people behind it, the excitement behind it. That's what excites me, and then I gravitate towards that product. Because ultimately, if they continue updating, it's exciting. If they just make a box and never talk about it and never update it, it gets a little boring. It just becomes a TV box. Here, there's excitement still behind it, even though it's just a simple TV box. But it's not as simple as you think, and there's new stuff that's expanding our horizons every day. So hopefully NextGenTV really kicks off in the future. There's some naysayers that will say, no, it's dead. Some will say, yeah, it's good. I'm still on the cusp. I'm just learning about it. But ultimately, the traveling of the next-gen channel to my remote area comes in a little better, a little bit for longer before it fades away. So those are things that excite me. What's next? We've put together a detailed comparison chart that breaks down the features of the new M2 and M3 models alongside our existing M1 DVR and gateway. If you're curious about how these new models stack up, be sure to check out the comparison chart. So you probably see this close enough. If not, go to ZapperBox. You can check for it yourself. M1 Dual, which is right here, is $274.95. The M1 Single is $224.95. The M2 Zapper 1 is the name of it, is $179.95. Other than the pre-launch, well, that's the pre-launch price. Then it's going to be $199.95. The M3 Zapper Mini, so we get to use the word mini here from now on. So Zapper 1 and Zapper Mini, or M2 and M3. It's got multiple names. So that one's $119.95 on pre-order or $129 afterwards. Number of tuners, there's 2 on the M1, thank goodness. 1 on the M1 Single, and 1 on the M2. So the M2 and M1 are very similar at this stage. And then 0 on the Zapper Mini. There's no tuners. You're not going to get extra recording capabilities. But if all you're trying to do is take box at a cheaper price to another TV that may not have an RF antenna lead going into the room and you want to do things vicariously through wireless, then the M3 will be your ticket. Built-in pause buffer, 5 minutes for the M1, 5 minutes for the M1 Dual, M1 Single, both have 5 minutes. M2 is only 1 minute. It's cut the amount of minutes down. So that tells me maybe they've got less memory in this Zapper 1 that's not allowing it, because it seems like if the memory's there, you might as well give it 5 minutes still. But at this point, it's 1 minute. M3 is also 1 minute. Processor DMIPS, stuff that probably you and I in general, the common man, don't care about too much. But Anyway, there's 24,000 for the older M1 dual and single, but only 16,500 on the M2 and M3. The processor, therefore, is maybe, I guess, a little slower. Take it all with a grain of salt. I don't know for everyday purposes what that's going to do, but we shall see. DRAM, 4 gigabytes on the older M1 and M1 single and dual, which is plenty, but they drop it down to 2 gigabytes on the M2 and M3 models. Flash, there's 16 gigabytes on the M1 dual and M1 single, but only 8 on the M2 and M3. So they're cutting things kind of in half. Then there's some checkmark boxes that tell you yay or nay. If there's an X, you're not going to get it. If there's a check, you got it. So on the USB port 3, USB 2, and micro slot SD, my good old M1 duals got them all. So does the M1 single, got them all. But when you get to the M2 and M3, it looks like it's dropping off the USB 3.0 port. For me, that doesn't make a variance or difference because I'm using the micro SD slot to record videos. I'm not utilizing the USB port in any way, so I'm not sure today what that's dropping off for me, but neither the M2 or M3 come with the 3.0 port, but it does come with a slightly slower or considerably slower USB 2.0. So it still has a USB port. You're just getting the 2.0 standard, which is older. A micro SD slot looks good. The M2 gets that, and as well the M3. So interesting, since the M3 doesn't have a tuner, what's the micro slot SD going to be for? I don't know. Something. Maybe you can stick a micro card in there that's got video and then you can view it from there. I don't know. I guess we'll be finding out, or maybe in the text to follow it will say, but today it just says it's there. So that's cool. It's giving it to you. Bluetooth has jumped up a little bit. So we're using older 4.0 technology in the M1s that we've been using, but it's now up to 4.2 for the M2 and M3. Wi-Fi antenna looks like there's 2x2 external and internal on the older M1s that we've been using for a while, but the newer ones only have internal. So there's no little, on my little current, where's the ZapperBox box? The little antenna that's here, apparently there is no external antenna now. External antennas get better Wi-Fi, right? So I'm up in a very remote room up in the corner of the house. Will not having an external antenna on my M3 or Mini, will that be a problem? It's only using its internal antenna. I'm a little far away. Will that degrade my reception? We'll see. If I get one of these, I will be able to test it and know and tell you how many feet I'm away from it and then it's working. But I do like external antennas. They do pick up your Wi-Fi in your home better if your router is not serving it as well as some others. So that does drop. So you don't got external antennas now, okay? Ethernet is still in all of them, but you got faster speeds. In the older M1 dual and signal, you can go all the way up to 1,000. So you got 10, 100, and 1,000. But in the new models, you just got 10 and 100. So they giving you a lesser Ethernet. Now, I really don't know. These things always intrigue me because an Ethernet port is an Ethernet port. Not really, but kinda. Is the cost to put a slightly faster one in there, is it that much more? It's kind of like Sinclair. If you don't know retro computers from the UK, I'm not from the UK, I'm from the USA, but they didn't include power buttons on their Sinclair ZX Spectrum computers. You just plug the power right in and it turns on. That was a cost-cutting feature to save a few pennies here. What are they saving ultimately by not including the fast, since the Ethernet port's there already? What electronics, what are they saving? 5 cents, 10 cents, $1? I guess if it's a few dollars, that adds up over thousands of units. But some of these little things do intrigue me on why they do it. But anyway, it is slower on the Ethernet and the networking capability. Okay, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Reach out into the bowels of the scary movie that you're watching on MeTV from Svengoolie. Yeah, I love MeTV, right? Anyway, yeah, you can reach out to these folks, so you can contact them through the support portal. we're always happy to listen, answer, and learn. And that's what I like about these guys. They are willing to learn. They are willing to listen and answer questions. That's what's intrigued me about this whole thing. So that was the whole post. So we'll end it on, they look good. They are cheaper. They do offer a little extra, no, I should say less bang for the buck, but more because the whole ecosystem is now able to talk. The older M1 can talk to the M2 and it can talk to the M3 wirelessly, Wi-Fi, and it can share info. Sharing is always a good thing. So hopefully I can get my hands one of these days. I'll start saving up my monies. Maybe an M2, maybe an M3. Both can work for me, technically. I wouldn't mind getting an extra tuner with the M2 because I do have a cable / antenna lead upstairs that I can connect to. But here in my office, I don't have one. So will an M3 be in my future? We shall see. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you found this entertaining, fun. And if you are not a ZapperBox owner at all and you want to cut the cord, these are cool. NextGenTV is not perfect. Depending where you're located, antenna TV typically can be a little bit different. If you're close to the towers, it's wonderful. If you're far from it like me, there's a little hit and miss, but you need to be able to bend with the changes. And I'm bending like a nutball. So thanks for watching the video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.